Welcome back, our Saturday chef, the lovely Ned Bell, in the house.
Good morning.
Thanks for being here.
Happy to be here.
From You Restaurant, Four Seasons, and representing Windset Farms with a whole bunch of fresh Windset vegetables for us this
Right,
morning.
I am. You know, this time of year, everything starts to come fresh into our farmers markets and into our grocery stores. And Windset, you know, the great thing about Windset is the produce is perfect always. And so this type of soup is basically, it's like almost drinking a salsa. It's incredibly fresh, nutrient dense, plant-based, tomatoes, roasted peppers, cucumber. Of course, Windset is famous for their tomatoes and their different varieties of those and different varieties of peppers and cucumbers. And so I decided to kind of take a fairly simple soup and make it a little bit luxury. But of course, the great thing about this recipe, which is on your website, is that all of my recipes are really versatile. So if you wanted to make it a little bit simpler, you don't have to necessarily add lobster. We're doing a tomato gazpacho, which is a chilled soup. With
very traditional Italian, right?
Well, traditional warm weather countries have cold soups.
Okay.
So Mexican, Spanish, those sort of climates, they like to have spicy and chilled. So what I have is some roasted Maestro peppers. These are red. The whole theme of today is red. So you could, of course, do this yellow if you wish, because we have yellow peppers. We also have yellow tomatoes. So roasted Maestro yellow peppers, seeds out, peeled, into our Vitamix. This is, you know, you probably, if you watch me on Saturday Chefs, you know that I love a really good high-quality blender. So about 2 cups of the peppers. We've got some cucumber. These are Fresco cucumbers, the normal size. You could seed them or peel them. In this case, we're just going to add them in chopped like so. Then we have some Allegro tomatoes. These are a little bit smaller, quite sweet. The skins are very delicate. Again, the ratios are in the recipe, on the recipe. A little bit of balsamic vinegar.
Very careful measuring going on.
Can't you tell? I'm just very, that's the 8 glug method there. I added some salt at the beginning, and then we just go into our blender like so. We're gonna let it go a little bit here on lower speed, just to get it kind of going. All right, done.
That's an awesome blender.
Isn't it fantastic?
Yeah.
And the cool thing is you start it slow and you bring it up and there's no spills, no messes. If you think about this, it's kind of like a vegetable smoothie, right? So whenever you make a smoothie, you can kind of add things to it, right? Take away, add whatever. If you really liked it spicy, you could add some spicy love. How much time? Okay, we got great time here. So,
Yeah, lots of time.
now, this time of year, fresh seafood starts with halibut, then into spot prawns, then into salmon. This would be a great kind of base with a piece of any of those grilled fish on top of your soup. Or fresh fruits, stone fruits. Strawberries in season right now. Strawberries love balsamic vinegar, which I added in there. Stone fruits from the Okanagan or some of the great fruits from the Fraser Valley. Cherries. So, what we're going to do is put our blender away. And oops, sorry, wrong bowl. We're gonna pour.
Ooh, it's a thick soup.
Yeah, it's got real substance to it, which I love because it's kind of hearty, you know, in its own way. Oops, sorry.
It's all right.
Then we're going to take some concerto tomatoes from Windset. We're going to take equal amounts cherries, fresh cherries, concerto tomatoes, a little bit of salt, some pepper, like so. And this is just a fresh fruit, vegetable salsa. You could add anything in here that you want. Some extra virgin olive oil. This is Dominica Fiore olive oil. It's just outstanding
Beautiful.
stuff. And then a little more of the balsamic vinegar. And then we have our lobster. Now,
He's gonna step away.
I'm pretty good at making space for myself. So fresh cooked lobster. Of course, you can buy these cooked at some of your fish mongers or fish markets, and then take just the tail off because we're all about luxury here today, Lynn. We only want the tail.
The good stuff.
The good stuff, right. So to crack a lobster tail, just like so, pop the tail out, just like so. There we go.
Now, I know you're all about sustainability with seafood. Where is this guy from?
Right, so this is some Nova Scotia lobster from my buddy Fabian Bates. Him and his father catch this or trap this lobster. The thing about this lobster is sustainable, so they've weighted the lines of their lobster traps so that we don't catch any bycatch. And that's what makes this lobster sustainable.
Okay.
So.
A little bit of olive oil on top.
A little bit of olive oil. The olive oil adds some richness, right? You've got tons of vegetable flavors in here, so you want to add a bunch more richness. And then we're going to add some, look at that. Doesn't that just look
Looks delicious.
incredible? Don't hide the lobster. Don't hide the prize. Like so. And then we're just going to break some green onions. I like to just kind of break these because they don't have that bruising to them.
I'm going to try this while you
Please
do that.
do. Is it
Ooh,
good?
it's delicious.
Isn't it good? So, you could add a great glass of wine with this, some Okanagan wines, or some, a shot of tequila, or you could even add some vodka in here. You could add hand-picked crab, some baby shrimp, depending on where you're at in our province. And it's basically a meal in a bowl, individual,
Beautiful.
family style.
It's delicious.
Simple.
Thank you so much, Ned. As always, our recipes available on our website, globalnews.ca/BC. Look for weekend news under the Watch tab. Then you'll find all of our Saturday chef's recipes, including this delicious one for lobster gazpacho.
Yeah, meal in a bowl.
I love it. All right.
Thank you.
Chanel, I have lunch.